मेहनत करोगे, लड़ोगे, मरोगे.
In 1965, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, the then foreign minister of Pakistan, said, "If India builds the bomb, we will eat grass or leaves, even go hungry, but we will get one of our own. We have no other choice." In 1972, India starts its nuclear weapons program and Pakistan follows in its footsteps. India conducted its first nuclear test on 18th May 1974 at Pokhran. There was no response from Pakistan then. In 1998, India again chooses Pokhran and the month of May. This time the date is 11th.
भारत ने जो एटमी तजुर्बात किए, आज हमने उसका हिसाब भी चुका दिया है.
Within weeks, on May 28, 1998, Pakistan comes up with a tit-for-tat response and conducts 5 nuclear tests at Chaghi in the province of Balochistan. Gohar Ayub was the foreign minister at the time.
When India tested in May, 11th, 12th May, they became very belligerent. They said Pakistan does not have a nuclear weapon, they do not have the potential. But apart from their belligerency, we had to defend ourselves because the public sentiments were such that they had been sacrificing so much. And had we not tested, not matched India, they would have said the government is afraid, the government is incompetent, and the people would have come out on the streets.
Was this the only reason or reason enough to go nuclear?
11 years ago, we were promised that Pakistan would become a stable, secure, happy state, big technological power, and it would earn the universal respect of Arabs, Muslims, non-Muslims, everyone because of its nuclear prowess. But look where we are now.
Pakistanis continue to assess the gains and losses of going nuclear, but the country's nuclear establishment says minimum credible deterrence is indispensable.
Since partition of the subcontinent, when we did not have this capability, we've had wars with our neighbors, with a neighbor, and ever since we got into existential and thereafter overt nuclearization, which in any way was brought in by our neighbor and we followed suit, we have not had war. We've had some close situations, but the deterrence has not failed. So it has enhanced our security in this context.
Experts believe the Kargil conflict, the attack on the Indian parliament, and the hostilities sparked by the Mumbai attacks could have led to an all-out war had Pakistan not been a nuclear state.
Would some of these occasions have actually happened if we did not have nuclear weapons? Take the case of Kargil. It's so clear. General Musharraf launched that secret invasion, thinking that the Indians would not respond and would not respond because we have nuclear weapons, and so that military venture, which brought so much infamy to Pakistan, it would not have happened but for the fact that we had nuclear weapons at that time.
We have had troubled relations with India. The level of mistrust hasn't gone. The question is whether India can live with a stable Pakistan or whether they would like to live with a marginalized Pakistan. I think they would rather like to live with a non-nuclear marginalized Pakistan.
Pakistan acquired the nuclear capability by investing billions and had to face crippling economic sanctions of the West. 11 years on since becoming nuclear, the question remains, does Pakistan need a fresh approach to its nuclear strategy?
We have paid very heavily for this capability. But I think a time has come when Pakistan should start thinking of ways how this nuclear capability, how this nuclear infrastructure can be used for the greater well-being of the people.
It has to be done, as we were talking, in concert with other countries, and it certainly has to, the Indians have to come along, because obviously Pakistan is not going to make any move in terms of changing its nuclear strategy or its nuclear arsenal unless India is willing to make a similar move.
The doctrines are not static, they are dynamic. They keep changing and evolving according to the changing situation, but there are no radical changes. The basic principles remain the same.
It is certain that the US and its allies will remain concerned about Pakistan's nuclear weapons. But one thing is also clear, that Pakistan is determined to retain its nuclear capability to its pleasure or anybody's displeasure.